Founded in the 3rd century BCE, the Library of Alexandria was the brainchild of Ptolemy Inder, envisioned as the world's greatest knowledge hub. Strategically located on Egypt's Mediterranean coast, Alexandria was a thriving port city, making it the ideal crossroads of cultures and intellects. The Ptolemaic dynasty's ambition extended beyond wealth. They sought to consolidate global knowledge, creating a legacy of intellectual dominance. The library aimed to collect every manuscript known to humanity, dispatching agents to far-off lands to gather scrolls and rare texts. Manuscripts were sourced from Greece, Egypt, India, Mesopotamia, and beyond, showcasing a true melting pot of knowledge. The library was deeply influenced by Aristotle's teachings, as many of his students contributed to its early foundation. Alexander the Great's dream of unifying the known world inspired the establishment of Alexandria as a beacon of culture and knowledge. Alexandria became a hub for cultural exchange, attracting scholars, merchants, and artists from across the ancient world. With its unique blend of cultural exchange and royal patronage, Alexandria quickly rose as the intellectual hub of the ancient world. The library fostered groundbreaking research in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy, fueling centuries of intellectual progress. The Ptolemaic kings provided unparalleled support to scholars, offering funding, lodging, and access to vast knowledge resources. Despite its grandeur, the Library of Alexandria faced challenges from political conflicts, cultural shifts, and eventual decline. The Library of Alexandria was strategically situated near the Museion, creating a central hub for learning and innovation. The library's design drew inspiration from Greek temples, incorporating open courtyards, columned halls, and expansive reading areas. The Museion, a temple dedicated to the Muses, housed the library, lecture halls, and research rooms, fostering a spirit of collaboration. The library was built using limestone, marble, and timber, creating an elegant and durable structure suited for preserving scrolls. Specialized rooms with wooden shelves and clay jars were designed to protect scrolls from humidity and damage. The library utilized ventilation systems and strategically placed storage to combat Alexandria's humid climate. The library's layout featured reading rooms, lecture halls, and private study areas, ensuring accessibility for scholars of all disciplines. Lecture halls within the library hosted debates and discussions, fostering the exchange of groundbreaking ideas. Natural light was harnessed through skylights and windows, creating an atmosphere conducive to study and preservation. The library stood close to the iconic lighthouse of Alexandria, symbolizing the city's dedication to enlightenment. The Library of Alexandria's design inspired the construction of grand libraries across the ancient and medieval worlds. The library's design symbolized the blending of cultures and the quest for universal knowledge, reflecting its grand purpose. Greek manuscripts formed the backbone of the library, covering philosophy, science, and art, preserving the legacies of thinkers like Plato and Homer. Egyptian papyri brought ancient wisdom to the library, preserving early texts on agriculture, medicine, and governance. Texts from India and Persia introduced advanced mathematics, astronomy, and philosophical concepts to the library's collection. Clay tablets from Mesopotamia added ancient records of trade, law, and early scientific observations to the library. The library housed groundbreaking works on astronomy and mathematics, influencing future scientific revolutions. Medical texts in the library documented herbal remedies, surgical techniques, and health practices from across ancient civilizations. The library's collection of philosophical texts explored ethics, governance, and the meaning of existence, influencing generations of thought. Historical records in the library chronicled the rise and fall of empires, preserving humanity's collective memory. Naval manuscripts detailed maritime routes, ship designs, and the art of navigation, crucial for ancient trade and exploration. The Library of Alexandria translated texts into Greek, bridging cultures and ensuring the preservation of global knowledge. The library's diverse collection catalyzed advancements in science, from astronomy to medicine, shaping the future of innovation. The knowledge housed in the Library of Alexandria inspired centuries of intellectual growth, laying the foundation for modern civilization. The Library of Alexandria is said to have suffered catastrophic fires, but historians debate when and how these fires occurred. During Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria in 48 BCE, a fire spread to the harbor, possibly destroying parts of the library. Religious conflicts during the Roman and Byzantine eras led to the suppression of intellectual freedom, harming the library's legacy. The decline of Ptolemaic kinship weakened royal support for the library, leaving it vulnerable to neglect and political upheaval. Earthquakes and floods struck Alexandria over centuries, causing structural damage to the library and the loss of irreplaceable scrolls. The Roman conquest of Alexandria marked a turning point, as the library's resources were neglected or relocated to other cities. Frequent revolts in Alexandria led to looting and damage, reducing the library to a shadow of its former glory. Theft of manuscripts by foreign powers and individuals further depleted the library's once vast collection. As other centers of learning rose, the Library of Alexandria faded into obscurity, its influence gradually diminishing. Political and religious pressures suppressed the free exchange of ideas, stifling the library's intellectual spirit. Modern archaeology struggles to locate the library's remains, leaving much of its history shrouded in mystery. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria symbolizes the fragility of knowledge and the need to preserve humanity's intellectual heritage. The Library of Alexandria stands as a timeless symbol of humanity's quest for knowledge and intellectual aspiration. The design and mission of modern libraries trace their roots to the grand vision of the Library of Alexandria. Digital archives are modern efforts to preserve and share knowledge globally, echoing Alexandria's mission of universal access. As the heart of ancient intellectual exchange, Alexandria became a beacon of cultural collaboration and historical influence. The modern Bibliotheca Alexandrina was established as a tribute to the ancient library, promoting global learning and culture. The library inspired countless scholars through history, from medieval Islamic thinkers to the Renaissance's brightest minds. The Library of Alexandria has been immortalized in literature, film, and art as a symbol of lost knowledge and enduring curiosity. Debates persist about the knowledge lost with the library's destruction, fueling speculation about untold scientific and cultural treasures. The loss of the Library of Alexandria underscores the importance of safeguarding knowledge against conflict and neglect. Global efforts, led by UNESCO, aim to preserve cultural heritage inspired by the lessons of the library's tragic loss. The library's enduring legacy reflects humanity's resilience and its unending pursuit of knowledge across generations. The Library of Alexandria teaches us to treasure knowledge and strive to make it accessible